Okay, welcome to a deep dive. Today we're tearing into a topic that absolutely set the internet alight recently, all sparked by one specific, intriguing visual clue.
That's right. We're dedicating this deep dive to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, specifically tackling a very recent rumor about them maybe, tying the knot. And then we're going to use the source material you provided to trace the public steps of their relationship journey according to its account.
Yeah, our source for this is a single article. It really zeroes in on this latest marriage rumor and then gives us a detailed chronological rundown of their romance pretty much up to recent weeks.
So our mission here is clear. We're going to unpack the exact detail that fueled this latest round of speculation, see how the article addresses it, and importantly, kind of debunks it, and then walk through the key milestones of their relationship as presented by this specific piece of information.
All right, let's jump right in with the burning question. Did they or didn't they get married?
Well, according to our source, the entire whirlwind, the marriage speculation, it began with a seemingly innocent visual detail, spotted at what was reported as a family wedding down in Tennessee.
And the article pinpoints it precisely. It was an image shared on an Instagram story by an event planning team, Ellie styled.
Really styled, yeah.
The story showed seat assignment placards at a table setting, and one striking detail jumped out. A blue envelope for table 13 that read, quote, Taylor and Travis Kelce.
Exactly. So after the couple attended Travis's cousin Tanner Corum's wedding to Samantha Peck, fans saw this photo, and the immediate reaction was, wait, Taylor Kelce?
Right.
Was this the sign they'd gotten married?
Yeah, had she taken his last name?
Right. And the source captures this moment, showing examples of fan posts popping up, asking things like, should I say congratulations?
Yeah, they got married.
Mm-hmm.
And here's where our source provides the absolutely crucial counter information, kind of cutting through the noise right up front. The E! News article explicitly states, quote, the pair are not married.
Right. Case closed on the central rumor, at least according to this article. But the source doesn't stop there in explaining the speculation. It includes other perspectives that, quickly emerge to counter the marriage idea.
Like what?
Well, for instance, some observers online pointed out that using a couple's names together, like Taylor and Travis Kelce, well, that's actually pretty standard practice for place cards at weddings, whether the couple is married or not.
Oh, right.
It could simply be, as one person quoted in the source put it, for the aesthetic, just how it looks.
Okay, that makes sense. And what's fascinating here, as highlighted by the source, are the additional details that further dismantle the rumor. It really shows how quickly things can be misinterpreted online.
Yeah.
Like sharp-eyed fans notice something critical. The event planner's original Instagram post with the placards actually tagged a different couple than Tanner and Samantha.
Oh, interesting. So not even the right wedding for the placard photo necessarily.
Potentially. And even more tellingly, in a separate Instagram story, the planner mentioned that Taylor and Travis were attending, quote, a different wedding than the one shown in the video with those specific placards.
Wow, okay.
The source also points out a fan noting the planner had explicitly stated about the placard, quote, this is not a real invite, indicating it was just part of the video or maybe a design demo.
Right, like a mock-up for their portfolio or something.
Exactly. So looking solely at what this source tells us, the marriage rumor basically exploded from a single wedding placard photo. But when we dig into the details the article provides, including the event planner's own clarifications and that confirmation from E! News, it becomes clear that the placard was either standard practice, a design sample, or maybe even from a different event entirely.
And the bottom line, according to this piece, they are definitively not married. Now, while they haven't walked down the aisle yet, according to our source, as the article then transitions, it shows that their relationship is certainly progressing, noting their love story is here to stay in other ways. And it gives us a detailed timeline laying out the key public moments since things started heating up.
Okay, let's use this source's timeline as our map then, and see the path it outlines. The article traces the very beginning of their connection back to July 2023.
Yeah. This is when Taylor's Eras Tour hit Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The article notes Travis, described as a huge Swiftie, attended with a specific mission.
The friendship bracelet.
Exactly. He wanted to give Taylor a friendship bracelet with his phone number on it, but due to her pre-show rituals, he couldn't make it happen. We get a quote from Travis in the source admitting he was, quote, a little butthurt I didn't get to hand her one of the bracelets I made for her.
Oh, okay. So from that failed attempt in July, the article moves to the summer of 2023, We could call this chapter Him Trying.
Exactly. After he publicly shared that story on his New Heights podcast, which Taylor later reportedly called, quote, metal as hell, the article says Travis decided to actively pursue things.
Okay.
He decided to, quote, shoot his shot and invited her to come see him perform at Arrowhead. The source includes his, quote, extending the invitation. I threw it out there. I threw the ball in her court.
Right.
I've seen you rock the stage in Arrowhead. You might have to come see me rock the stage in Arrowhead and see which one's a little more lit.
And the article clarifies that their first actual meeting happened in August 2023.
And there's a fun specific detail included here. Travis was sporting his notable mustache.
Oh, yeah, the stash.
Which he debuted that August during training camp when he first met Taylor. He's quoted reflecting on that look, saying, quote, that stash and the 87 jersey was pretty iconic there for a little bit, and I had it when I met Taylor for the first time.
Iconic indeed. So things were developing quietly then, in early September 2023.
Seems so. The source mentions an insider telling E! News by early September they were, quote, texting and talking here and there, keeping it very low-key.
Right, because he was in season.
Exactly. Football season was starting.
And then came the very public splash, late September 2023.
Yeah, accepting Travis's earlier invitation, the article describes Taylor attending a Chiefs game at Arrowhead, and notably alongside his mom, Donna Kelce.
Big step.
Huge. After the game, they were seen showing PDA at a local bar. However, this piece is careful to point out, while many people assumed this was their first time meeting in person, that wasn't the case.
Right, the hard launch clarification.
Exactly. Taylor later stated they had spent, quote, a significant amount of time getting to know each other before this public outing, clarifying, quote, we would never be psychotic enough to hard launch a first date.
That really does add context to that initial public appearance. Okay, October 2023 saw their world starting to visibly mix, according to the source.
Definitely. The article highlights Taylor bringing her whole squad. Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, Sophie Turner, Hugh Jackman, Sabrina Carpenter, and Tony Porowski.
Wow, big names.
Yeah, to watch the Chiefs play the Jets. It also notes her beginning to bond with Brittany Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes' wife.
Right, both at games and, other events.
October 2023 also featured a surprise appearance in a major city.
Yes, New York. The source details their unexpected appearance on Saturday Night Live on October 14th. Their trip also included attending the SNL after-party and a date night at the famous Waverly Inn.
Busy trip. Okay, November 2023 brought a really significant moment for fans captured in the article.
During a Chiefs bye week, Travis traveled all the way to Argentina for the Eras Tour. The source specifically mentions him bonding with Taylor's dad, Scott Swift, at the November 11th show in Buenos Aires.
That's huge, too, meeting the dad.
And then the moment that went viral, Taylor gave Travis that special shout-out from the stage, changing the lyric in Karma.
Karma is that guy on the Chiefs.
Ah.
Coming straight home to me.
Exactly.
The article describes her then running up to him backstage after the show.
Yeah.
And greeting him with what it calls a passionate kiss.
Wow. Okay, so by December 2023, the intense media attention was undeniable. And Taylor addressed it directly, right? According to the source.
Yeah, the article references her conversation with Time magazine. She spoke about attending his games, saying, quote, I'm going to see him do what he loves. We're showing up for each other. Other people are there, and we don't care.
That's quite direct.
Yeah. She added that the alternative would require, quote, an extreme amount of effort to make sure no one knows that you're seeing someone.
Fair point. Another family moment is noted in December 2023 as well.
Right. The source adds that Taylor brought her dad along to cheer on Travis at his December 17th game.
Dad's second appearance, sort of?
Seems like it, yeah.
Okay, kicking off the new year, January 2024 featured a major personal milestone.
The article points out they spent their first New Year's Eve together, sharing a romantic kiss at midnight. And the family connections deepened in January 2024 as well, the article says.
Yeah, Taylor continued to integrate with Travis's family, specifically spending time with his brother, Jason Kelce, and sister-in-law, Kylie Kelce.
At a Chiefs game.
Against the Buffalo Bills.
January 2024 concluded with a huge victory moment for Travis's team, right?
Yeah.
The AFC Championship.
Exactly. Taylor joined Travis on the field after the Chiefs won, securing their spot in the Super Bowl. The source notes they shared a celebratory kiss and significantly exchanged the L word.
Whoa, okay.
Travis is quoted telling her, quote, Tay, I'm going to enjoy with the guys. I love you so much, it's not funny.
Wow. Caught on camera or mic?
Seems like it, yeah. It's quoted directly.
Okay, then the ultimate win arrived in February 2024, the Super Bowl.
Yep. The article details the moment they locked lips on the field after the Chiefs claimed victory on February 11th, 2024 in Las Vegas.
Another big public kiss. February 2024 also marked a notable shift in their public presence, according to the source.
Yeah, this is when Taylor first posted footage of Travis on her own social media, specifically TikTok.
Ah, the TikTok official moment.
Kind of, yeah.
Wow.
She did this on February 12th, including him in a video joking about taking her parents clubbing after the Super Bowl.
Funny. Okay, fast forward several months, and we hit June 2024.
Right. The article highlights Taylor's first Instagram photo featuring Travis. It was that selfie of them backstage at her Eras tour show at Wembley Stadium in London.
The one with the royals.
Exactly. Notable because they were posing with Prince William, Prince George, and Princess Charlotte.
Casual. Okay, June 2024 brought another very public moment for Travis, this time on Taylor's stage.
Mm-hmm.
While attending his 7th Eras Tour concert, his second at London's Wembley Stadium, the source describes the moment the NFL star joined his girlfriend on stage.
As a backup performer.
Yeah, during her song, I Could Do It With a Broken Heart. Little cameo.
Okay, bringing the timeline back to football season, September 2024 is included. Right. The article notes Taylor attended the Chiefs' first game of the 2024-25 season and apparently appeared to reenact a sweet PDA moment from October 2023 in a photo shared by Chariah Gordon.
September 2024 also featured the couple attending other high-profile events.
Mm-hmm. The source mentions their attendance at model Karen Elson's wedding to Lee Foster in New York City.
Okay.
And the very next day, they were at the U.S. Open men's singles final match.
Busy weekend. More double dating is highlighted in October 2024.
Yeah, the article specifically points out they went out for a double dinner date in NYC with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds again.
Consistent friends there. And finally, the timeline presented in the source concludes with events from December 2024.
That's right. The article wraps up the chronology by noting the pair stepped out for 2 consecutive dates in New York City over the last weekend of 2024, observing that they even matched outfits on both occasions.
Ah, coordinating.
Interestingly, the article also includes details beyond the strict chronology, like mentioning Travis showing public support for Taylor buying back her music's masters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the source quotes him cheering, quote, "Shout out to Tay-Tay" on his podcast because she, quote, "just bought all of her music back, so it's finally hers."
Nice show of support. And a simple fact the article mentions is that they're both 35 years old.
Right. So by carefully walking through this timeline as it's laid out in this specific source, we see a relationship that started privately but, wow, quickly became incredibly public. The consistent details about family introductions, attending major personal and professional events together.
Yeah, from football games and the Super Bowl to the Eras Tour and meeting royalty.
It reveals a pattern of deep integration into each other's lives, this level of public visibility and mutual support, as depicted in the article. It certainly contextualizes the intense scrutiny and speculation they face, including that marriage rumor we started with.
Absolutely. We've taken this article and used it to not only unpack the origin and debunking of that latest marriage rumor, showing how a single photo detail was misinterpreted based on facts the source provided, but also to trace the specific key milestones the article highlights in their relationship journey, year by year, event by event.
So you now have a clear picture, straight from this source material, of how that rumor unfolded and dissipated, and a chronological account of the public moments this particular piece focuses on.
Yeah, we've extracted the crucial nuggets from this single piece of information.
Okay, so considering how this specific source highlights the sheer number of public events and family interactions within just over a year, what does this particular article's narrative suggest to you about their deliberate choice to navigate their relationship so openly amidst constant, intense public interest? Something to think about.